the start when the start is never the beginning? If the start is not the beginning, then where we begin? Is there a new beginning? Or is the start the end? What blurs the lines between the start and a beginning? Start, we pick up ourselves with our talents and our aspirations, in our dreams to make better preparations for days yet to be discovered, days yet to be discovered, and days yet to live in relaxation. And what should complicate us from such a start? Are we startled in our hearts, or because we have no beginning to make amends of how we should live and respect ourselves? Should we live just to end, or always live to start a new beginning? Because if we start and we are renewed, doesn't that mean we hope to unite, to strive for life instead of being aloof? What brings us the detriments to ends? Detriments that start at beginnings. Is it the jealousy of our hearts? Is it a profound, dumbfounded jealousy of hearts? Or do we simply envy the fruits that begin at others that light a new path? Where do we end and where do we begin in? What is it that sends the road that sparks the terms of our lively beginnings? Is it just a memory of hope, or maybe love from some distant host? How is it that we find ourselves able to live, to grow, to drive, and to amuse ourselves when there is so much to crumble around, so much rubble that will put us lower and lower to the ground? But if we delight ourselves in our start and in our beginnings, we have no ends, but we strive to start over and over again, where people envious hearts ends and hope to sink us again. We sink not ourselves because of kindness, and if not one-minded or one-spirited, then in humanity we have no blindness. How is greatness such portrayed? Is it the way we speak or the way we play? But what a mighty fortress with no inhabitants. Does it mean harsh realities and contrivance? 'Cause should a hut be filled to capacity with laughter and ideas that explode and invite the rest of humanity, then which is the fortress and which is the castle? Which is the beginning and which is the end? Only God himself can tell, 'cause he comes not to us as a ruler, as a king, sometime as a dumb animal, just seeking a pat or a kind touch to recover from injury. So how do we make the same mistakes when we know kindness, we know the power to animate and to make inanimate animate? Aren't we just of clay that blew breath of life, breath of life, breath of life and water to make us walk in the light of day? And then what of our minds? Weren't they enlightened and kind? How the first ones of us made mistakes each and every time? Then what have we learned then if we make those same mistakes again? That we're unable to seek the light. Wiser we are than them. Then what's a covenant? And what should we seek if we can't be kind and decent to the difference we see? Where is the start and where's the beginning? And who will hope to new beginnings? Because with those who resist the others, not like themselves, they're welcome in, and beginning and beginnings begin again, and their start never ends. And so we live in the beginning of the sun, of the ray of light again. This is Misa Grand Duchess Rasmus Koenen, also known as Mohammedina. Perry the Rasmus Koenen, also known as Ryan Tomlinson. And I did it, my Sunday recording today. Never doubt when you live alone. Never doubt fear. A great man says, it's those that fear achieve much. Those who fear the Lord and fear not men achieve a whole lot. That very great man never feared a whole structure, and he achieved. If he was living in fear of them, then he would be free. He wouldn't have made a mark as we would have respected him today. But I counteract his saying, because this very saying is incongruent to how he lived his life. And so therefore, I give myself to my duty, to my God, because he came to me in all shapes and form and through all religions. And I conform. I conform because I know I am a human being, and I seek to give the light and share it with my brothers, sisters, whoever call themselves so, if they deem to be welcome and to be accepted and to be understood, is a goal we all seek. That's where we start. Always to understand, to love, to begin in. Because if we cannot start, then we sit in ends and misery. But what keeps us from that misery but the fear of the Lord? If you hope in him and you love him with your heart, mind and soul again, then there can be no end, just obstacle to men's. And here we climb again, 1 foot at a time again. The Holy Spirit come and adorned us with a crowd again. It adorned us with a crown again. Smaller than the crowd, greater than the room. This is Misa Grand Duchess Rasmus Koenen.